my strong opinion is no. I don't think BCCI are going to continue with Rahul Dravid, or I feel Rahul Dravid himself will step down, I guess, if at all they agree with Rahul Dravid, because it's been a good stint, but India have after 3 years he's nearing his 50 average in Test cricket, right? So that's a really good boost for Virat Kohli. He's back to his best. He's playing really good. The most important when Virat Kohli plays well is he plays the spinners really well, and that's what I'm impressed with. His defense solid. He's looking really confident against spinners. So that's when Kohli is at his best. And hello all, good evening. Welcome back to RCB Pavilion. A lot of topics to discuss today, and rain is playing spoil sport in the Test cricket arena, right? So yeah, a lot of matches getting abandoned, or the results are not on its way due to rain. Ashes match got drawn, and yesterday again India was West Indies match got drawn, the second Test match. Although India has won the Test series 1-0, but again the entire day washed out. So a lot of topics to cover today. So number one is India winning the series and they are second in the WTC points table. Number two is Virat Kohli back to his best. Number three, World Cup preparations have started for India. And number four, will India be playing the next Test match under new head coach? So lots to discuss today. Stay tuned, guys. So let's get through it and let's start. So the number one, India won the series 1-0, and if you look at it, they are in the second in WTC points table with 16 points because they won the first Test match, and for drawing this second Test match, which was unfortunately abandoned the fifth day due to the rain, they get 4 points. So they are currently number two. So Pakistan is number one currently with winning one matches. So this is just start of WTC cycle 2023-25. So currently India are sitting at second. So that's the reason I had called out in the yesterday's video, right, saying it's really important for India to get that points on the board. But unfortunately, again, rain playing spoil sport, and the question here is, do they need a reserve day for normal bilateral series? I don't think. My opinion in this is there should not be, because it's if you take up from 100% or almost, it's like just 10% or 5%. These kind of things happen, right? So you can't, because it's an extra expense for a reserve day. You have to again pay for broadcasters just for reserve day, for all the availability, everything, staffs, commentators, all that you have to pay extra, right? And it doesn't happen every time. Just that unfortunate scenarios, you can't do anything. It's nature. You can't avoid that, right? So in my opinion, there should not be a reserve day for bilateral series. Yes, I agree, for World Cup finals or big event like World Test Championship, there should be a reserve day. So put in your thoughts, guys. What's your opinion on this? Do you agree to have a reserve day on normal series, or you don't agree? Put in the comment section. So that's about the Test series and about the reserve day questions which is going around the media right now. So we'll get into the next topic. Next topic is, again, Virat Kohli is back to his best in 2023, right? So if you look at his stats in 2023, Virat Test matches, Virat Kohli is averaging 10 innings, 557 runs. His average is 55.7. So he's back to his best in Test format. So he struggled last 3 years, right? If you look at 2019 was a great year for him. If you look at 2020, 6 innings, 116 runs, average of 19.3. And 2021, 19 innings, 536 runs, average of 28.2. And if you look at 2022, 11 innings, 265 runs, average of 226.5. So last 3 years has been a struggle. So guys, here one thing which you have to take into notice is these are COVID years, and that's the reason there are not much matches. So that's the reason the bad luck for Virat Kohli here was the less number of matches he had played, and he has scored less number of runs. So automatically their average has come down. For example, in 2020 he has played only 6 Test matches. For example, if he would have played at least 10 matches, maybe in the next 4, if he would have scored more runs, their average would have looked better. So that's the thing. In this 3 years, I think almost all the cricketers around the world, it can work either way. So for example, if you are playing really well, it boosts your average. If you are not all in form, your average dips. So that's what has happened with Virat Kohli, and after 3 years, he's nearing his 50 average in Test cricket, right? So that's a really good boost for Virat Kohli. He's back to his best. He's playing really good. The most important when Virat Kohli plays well is he plays the spinners really well. and that's what I am impressed with. His defense, solid. He's looking really confident against spinners. So that's when Kohli is at his best, and he's eager to score runs, eager to score big runs. That first innings also, when he got run out, he was really frustrated. He wanted to make that huge, right? He wanted to score that double hundred. That's what we like from Virat Kohli, score big runs. Once he's settled in, he scores that really big runs, right? And he has already scored IPL hundreds, ODI 100, T20 100, and now Test hundreds. He's getting runs in all formats. So a really good sign for India ahead of the World Cup. So what do you feel about the Kohli form, guys? Is he back to his best? Is he back to his peak form, which he was a couple of years back? So put in the comment section, put in your thoughts, and which nicely brings into our next topic, right? India have actually begun their World Cup preparation because, as I called out in the first point, India will be playing Test match after 5 long months, and it's all going to be white ball cricket. So if you look at the schedule, they are going to play 3 ODIs versus West Indies, 5 ODIs in the Asia Cup, and 3 ODIs versus Australia. So really good test. Asia Cup will be really good test for them because they are quality sides. Because if you look at Afghanistan, they are a really good side, and it's going to happen in subcontinent India and maybe Sri Lanka, or maybe India has so many. I think it's only in India because in 2011 it was subcontinent. So Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, these all are teams spin dominated, right? And India in past and in couple of years are actually struggling against spinners. So it will be a really good test for Indian batsmen that how to play against the quality of Hasranga, Rashid Khan, so many good spinners in there, right? So that's a great test for Indian team, and I think from now on, whoever is getting into that playing 11, they will have a point to prove, and they will have point to prove to get into that World Cup team bus and that 15 members elusive squad, right? So that's the great thing about these series, and they are playing just before the World Cup. They are playing 3 ODIs versus Australia. I think really crucial. I think for both the teams, it's really good because Australia are a really quality side, and when it comes to World Cups, they are one of the sides to beat in that tournament, right? So really good test. So no more test matches for India for 5 months. It's all going to be white ball cricket, ODI cricket, T20I cricket. So overall, I think 5-8, around 12 to 13 ODIs they will be playing before the World Cup, right? And maybe they might pull in one more series if they have time, or if they can make that schedule much easier to maybe test more players for the World Cup. So World Cup preparations have begun, and the first ODI will be on Thursday against West Indies. Really excited to see the squad, really young players coming through. Excited to see Sanju Samson in action. It's a really good opportunity for him. Ishan Kishan has scored half century in Test. So a lot of competition. Unfortunate that Rishabh Pant might miss out. He won't be in time to be fit for the World Cup, right? So it's a right time to grab this opportunity. World Cup comes in 4 years. You never know when the next cycle comes. You are into the squad or you are out of form. So you have to make most use of it. Really excited to see young players coming through. Yashasvi is playing in the T20I series. Rituraj Gaikwad, excited to see him bat in ODI format. So let's wait and watch how that's gonna go. So as I called out, preparations have begun for the huge tournament. India have not won a World Cup since 2011. So will they repeat again the history which happened in 2011, winning the World Cup at home? Let's wait and watch what's gonna happen. And we get into the next segment, right? This is really going to be interesting. So will India have a new coach when they play a next test match? So yeah, that's a really interesting point, guys, because Rahul Dravid's tenure is getting over after World Cup, and India will play a test match after World Cup. That is after 5 months. So will BCCI renew his contract? Will they continue with Rahul Dravid? My strong opinion is no. I don't think BCCI are going to continue with Rahul Dravid, or I feel Rahul Dravid himself will step down, I guess, if at all they agree with Rahul Dravid, because it's been a good stint, but India have, I don't think they have won anything major, right? I think like 2 times they got into the WTC final, they didn't win, and they have not won any major trophies, right? So I thought it will be a really great appointment, but end of the day, Ravichandran coming, Ashwin coming and speaking like that after that WTC final, it really disappointed me. So there's something wrong, but some positives also. So many youngsters are getting chance. So I strongly feel India will be playing the next test match under new coach. Who is going to be, I don't know. maybe VVS selection because he's the deputy for Dravid. So who knows? It can be VVS selection, or who knows? They might go with a surprise option or surprise resources, right? So I think I strongly feel India will be playing the next test match under new coach. What do you guys feel? Do India or BCCI have to renew the Rahul Dravid contract for BCCI head coach and the Indian cricketing coach? So do you think India will be having a new coach for the next test match, or will Rahul Dravid continue? Put in the thoughts, guys. What do you feel about that? So my strong opinion is India will be playing under new coach. Rahul Dravid won't be renewed after his current contract expires. So put in the thoughts, guys, and that's the 4 topics which I wanted to discuss. So going forward, I will bring you a daily at 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. I will try to bring in all the breaking news, cricket news related to Indian cricket, and if at all any breaking news comes in, I will get the video that time. So make sure you tune in at 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time going forward every day. So I will look to bring you really good content at 9 o'clock every day. From now on, I will try my best to bring in new topics each day at 9 p.m. And for that, please share, subscribe. I am 400 odd away from 2000 subscribers. So please do like, share my content. Keep supporting, guys. Take care. See you on the other side.